Hey Matt,
Hi, Ruby. How are you today?
doing good. How
Good.
are you?
Good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. First question for you is what's the biggest myth in AI voice agents today?
Honestly, I think the primary thing that they seem to be the most cautious about is that the voice sounds robotic. But truthfully, it's really not the case anymore these days. Maybe like a couple of years ago, but not anymore these days. You can control tone and voice and energy, and you can train bots to be empathetic and things like that. So yeah, a lot different than this thing that I think the legacy maybe that people think is like this old robotic kind of voice, truth be told.
So, the biggest fear I hear from many people is that if it's going to replace the sales reps, is it?
I don't think so. What I see in our clients that, have seen success is that they are using the bots to augment their team, not necessarily replace them, of course. So, if they want to be able to answer after hours calls, they can do that with a bot. They don't need to have real life human agents on call 24/7, those kinds of things. So efficiencies, doing things that humans are just, we don't really want to do probably. Busy work. These bots are good at answering those calls and taking notes and making sure that agents can follow up with the contacts.
How does the agent transfers the call or the client to the human?
Well, that's a good question because instructions when you're creating the bot, you can have an instruction where maybe if someone's frustrated or angry, the bot can automatically transfer for escalation reasons. Or maybe it's like a support call. So maybe we answer a couple of their inbound support questions before transferring to a live agent so that we can try and defer some of those easy questions to the bot instead of spending human resources, if you will, on answering those questions.
So, be honest, the second the person realizes that it's a bot, don't they just hang up?
I think yes and no. Like I said, I'll be honest. I think there are specific use cases that are best meant for bots, and there are some that are not. Like if you're doing a bunch of outbound cold calls, yeah, of course, people aren't going to pick up those calls. They're not going to talk to a bot. They're not expecting your call. They don't want to engage with you. But if you set the tone ahead of time and you say, hey, Mr. Smith, I'm going to reach out to you in a couple minutes here, and my assistant will ask you some questions and try to schedule an appointment. Let me know if you need anything. That kind of stuff is setting the stage and then making that outbound call to set an appointment or to gather additional qualifying details with a lead or a contact. So also when the bot is helping the customer, they tend to stay on the call longer.
So, setting this AI voice agent up, I'm picturing like a 6 months project with multiple engineers, AI operation managers, and all of that. How's the setup look like?
Thankfully, it's not even remotely close to that. So it's generally I would say maybe a 2-week thing. So initially you can write your bot instructions in plain English. You don't have to have a technical background or anything like that. You just need to know what you want your bot to do, who it's going to talk to, the audience, those sorts of things. And then you can write your instructions and implement it. And that's pretty much it, truth be told.
What about the information about my company? How does the bot extract knowledge?
Yeah, so the bot can grab that information usually from your CRM, typically. But you can also, upload knowledge-based documents into the bot. So if you have a specific, maybe it's like a material data safety sheet, for chemicals or things like that, you can upload those to the bot so it has those technical specifications.
Okay, who's setting that up? Like, who in my company should set it up?
Anybody could. An admin
Can
could.
you guys do that?
We could, sure.
What about when someone wants to throw it a curveball, something off topic or completely irrelevant?
Yeah, another good thing about just being able to write the instructions in plain English is that if you see those conversations coming in frequently, we can then iterate rather on the bot's instructions, and so you can add a section that says, in these certain cases, you need to transfer to a human or pivot the conversation, maybe, redirect back into what the conversation is supposed to be about, follow the script per se. Yeah, the bots are very robust, can handle lots of those off-topic, seemingly irrelevant kinds of questions that contacts might have for them.
Basically, they're not going to follow the conversation for under any
Yes,
circumstances,
they'll
right?
pivot back to the point of what the bot is, the goal of what the bot is supposed to do.
That's cool.
Keep the contact on track.
Does the bot only speaks in English or other languages?
Multilingual. It can speak, I think, 32 different languages now, if I'm not mistaken.
35.
35? There you go. Ruby with the win. And then I think we have over like 3 or 4 dozen different voices with, different voice temperatures and things that you can do as well.
So thank you, Matt, for your time. That was
Very
very,
welcome.
very insightful.
Thank you, Ruby.
Yeah,
Pleasure
pleasure.
chatting with you.